And welcome everybody to Darlington Raceways. We prepare for our next race in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. We are preparing for an exciting event, 59 laps here at this track that really, it just seems to always haunt drivers whenever they come here because you got a nice spacious straightaway, but then it's very difficult to hardly even go 3 wide into the turns. Very, very narrow turns. So these drivers, they'll be making their moves on the front and back stretch, but when they get to the turns, they're going to want to be at least just double file. If they go 3 wide, it'll be very risky. They may make it through, but we'll find out. On the pole for today's race is going to be Mary Cole. To the outside is going to be Kenny McCurry. Kenny McCurry actually comes in 6th in the standings, so he could pick up some valuable points here today. Then we got Dylan Schwallenberg, Sam Filter, Jackson Parker, Noel Stiller. That's the top 6. The cars will be rolling off very shortly, and here's the way it looks at the top 10 in the points. Jake Cole has a 13-point advantage over Todd Nathan, who took the win last week. Nathan actually is going to be starting off from the 10th position today. Then it's John Brace in 3rd, Riley Caves is 4th, Amy Nathan is 5th, Kenny McCurry 6th, Lisa Shears 7th, James McLeod 8th, Nick Eggleston 9th, and Dougie Shears is 10th in the standings. So we'll be keeping our eye on those guys today just to see how they're going to do here today at this racetrack and see if they can keep up their consistency. I see Riley Caves starting near the back there. Also, I saw another car back there, Amy Nathan, starting back in the 41st position. So these cars are going to come around for a full pace lap, and then we'll be putting them under green for 59 laps of racing. John Brace is in this field, and I'm trying to look for him here. I can't see him. He's quite a ways back there. There he is in the game stop number 11, just behind last week's winner, Todd Nathan. He ended up coming off his first career win in the NNSCRA, winning the Daytona 500 in the Snickers Cup Series. Only 6 cars ended up finishing that race, and so he's coming off a little bit of momentum, hoping that maybe he can get some of that success to happen over here in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. He's 3rd in the standings, so, you know, momentum's on his side, but so does Todd Nathan. Todd Nathan won the last race we had, and he's in line to maybe go 2 in a row. We'll see. I believe our last race was at Atlanta, and he took that race pretty well after taking the lead on the restart and just led all the rest of the laps. So it's Mary Cole and Kenny McCurry to get us underway here at Darlington. The lady in black, green flag is in the air, and Mary Cole punched the throttle pretty well there. Kenny McCurry did not quite get as good a start, neither did Dylan Schwallenberg, but Kenny McCurry looks like he'll slide down into that 2nd position very comfortably there. It'll be interesting to see if they'll be able to keep it clean for a few laps, or if we're going to end up having a wreck at the beginning of this race. We'll see if they can, as it's still clean and green with Mary Cole out in front. Kenny McCurry trying to close in. Wow, he slid way up the racetrack. Dylan Schwallenberg going to close in. Oh, they scraped the wall there. That's Kenny McCurry who scraped the wall there. Dylan Schwallenberg will slide by for 2nd. Jackson Parker into 3rd. Schwallenberg and Parker, both of them really need good runs today, and they're running 2nd and 3rd respectively, so this is a good thing for both the 84 and the 44, as they've just been having really tough seasons. I believe they're outside the top 35 in points, both of them. So they battle it out there for the 2nd position. Jackson Parker gets a run to the inside there of Dylan Schwallenberg. And we are still clean green. Kenny McCurry yet again. He's dropping like a rock. He just hit the wall for the 2nd time. That 2 car probably not handling to his liking. Look at this. He's just getting bypassed by everybody. That race car is way off the pace. He is not up to speed with these guys. He is having a tough run right now in that 2 car. There, speaking of a guy that's having a little bit of a tough time, Jake Cole. He's trying to pick his way through traffic. Our points leader. He's running currently in the 14th position, but he's doing a pretty good job right now, still in the top 15. As we move back up to the front, Mary Cole is still out in front. The battle is on for 2nd between 3 cars, Schwallenberg, Jackson Parker, and that would be Jacob Rodriguez in the 34. Tom Weekly trying to close in on those 4 for battling there for the 2nd position. Schwallenberg kind of running a little bit higher of a groove than Jackson Parker, but somehow he gets that run off turn 4. As you see him scrape the wall there, Parker is going to get the run to the inside this time, and it looks like Jackson Parker is going to take over 2nd. Jacob Rodriguez slides by for 3rd. Tom Weekly will go by for 4th. Schwallenberg falls from 2nd all the way back to 5th in just about 2 turns. So it is still Mary Cole out in front. Let's see where last week's winner, Todd Nathan, where's he running right now? The Todd Nathan machine is running currently in the 18th position, just ahead of Arnold Columbia and Adam Chambers, trying to catch up to John Worry. But now he's got a car to his inside, and he just hit the wall there. He'll lose the 18th position to Arnold Columbia. He'll lose 19th to Adam Chambers. And now he loses 20th to Jack Nathan. Dougie Shears now trying to close in to take away 20th. And he will do so. He's on that inside line. Nick Eggleston's also down there. Michael Harvey is down there. Dougie Shears comes in 10th in the standings. He's trying to get as many positions as possible. Have they closed in on leader Mary Cole yet, though? The question remains for that, and we will look right now, and the answer is yes. Oh, are we under the caution? I saw smoke there. Yes, we are. Caution is out. It's for Johnny Gardner, and it looks like maybe Amy Nathan may have been involved. Driver comes in 2nd in the standings. Or actually make that 5th in the standings. There's Brian Fleener. Possible damage to the KFC car. James McLeod way back here, but I don't think he was involved. Maybe it was just a solo car spin. But Johnny Gardner, I can see some damage to his race car. I can't see any damage to the FedEx M&M's Ford of Amy Nathan, but we'll see, as we are under the first caution of the day here at Darlington. So we're working under the pace lap, so it'll be interesting to see if anybody will try and come in short pitting here, as we are on lap 8 of 59. I don't think these guys can make it on 1 tank of fuel. We'll see. As we look here now, we'll take a quick look at our pit camera. If anybody's going to come down pit road. So far, no takers. We've gone back just around the 20th position about now. So if anybody makes pit stops, it'd be from about 30th position on back, it looks like. And it looks like no one is going to come down pit road at all. Even Johnny Gardner, Amy Nathan, and Brian Fleener bypass pit road. So apparently they are not going to pit. So we will take a commercial break and come back as we are running here at Darlington in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. Well, Violet Fox, I think, must have cut down a tire or something, because she's up there against the wall. Continually up against the wall. She's keeping it way up there, but Johnny Gardner makes a little contact right there. It spins him right in front of Amy Nathan. Nathan makes contact, and then pretty much it looked like maybe they were going to save it, that everything was going to be okay. Well, no such luck. Gardner comes back up the racetrack, bounces off the Brian Fleener machine, then comes back down. Amy Nathan makes more contact. Remember, they had to close up there because they were coming to that narrow turn. And then around they all go. Brian Fleener does indeed get a piece of the inside wall. I thought I saw that car buckle a little. Johnny Gardner hits the wall as well. Amy Nathan, on the other hand, I do not think made any contact with the outside wall. I think it was just a four-wheel slide for the number 55 Ford. But Gardner, Fleener, and Amy Nathan are what put us under the caution flag for the first time today. Alright, we've gotten the signal 1 lap to go as we're racing here in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series at Darlington International Speedway. We are going to go back to green on lap 11. Here's the way they line up for the restart. Pole sitter Mary Cole still leads. Second is Jackson Parker. Jacob Rodriguez runs third. Tom Weekly is up to fourth, and Dylan Schwallenberg runs fifth. Clive Burr is in sixth. Seventh is Lisa Shears. John Dillon up in eighth. Ninth is Noel Stiller, and in 10th is Sean Galligan. Sam Filter runs 11th, 12th is Jared Crocious, Matthew Rodriguez runs 13th, 14th is Robert Bann, 15th is John Worry, 16th Arnold Columbia, 17th is Jake Cole, 19th is Adam Chambers, and 20th is Jack Nathan, 21st is Dougie Shears, 22nd Nick Eggleston, 23rd is Michael Harvey, 24th is our winner last week, Todd Nathan, 25th is Riley Caves, 26th is Anthony McCurry, 27th is Christian James, Martin Zakala runs 28th, 29th, Philip Stiller. John Brace has slid all the way back to the 30th position. Randy Gonzalez runs in 31st. 32nd, Alex Lozano. 33rd right now is Violet Fox. 34th is Jordan Hester. 35th is Jacob Gonzalez. Alex Filter runs 36th. 37th is Logan Wilson. 38th is Timmy Pacioli. 39th is James McLeod. Brian Fleener, he's 40th. 41st is Amy Nathan. And 42nd is Johnny Gardner. All 42 cars still on the racetrack as we get ready to go back under the restart and the green flag on lap 11. It's Mary Cole, Jackson Parker, Jacob Rodriguez, Tom Weekly, and Dylan Schwallenberg as we go back under the green flag. A lot of these drivers getting their NNSCRA race berth, if you will. Jacob Rodriguez is a rookie in a few of the NNSCRA series. Same for Tom Weekly. Same can be said for, I believe, back there, John Brace also is a rookie there in that series. A lot of drivers in this series are rookies there. Well, Mary Cole kind of slid up the racetrack there. Can someone close in on her? Doesn't look like it, as Jacob Rodriguez is going to try battling it out with Jackson Parker for the second position. But now, Tom Weekley's coming up on the outside there to try and take that spot. Jackson Parker, though, closing in on Mary Cole. He is right there. He could make a move at some point here. The Lowe's Chevy running down the Horses.com Chevy. And he's got a run. He is coming, and he is ticking away just a little bit every little lap. Here he comes on the inside. Almost put a move to the inside. Almost put her up into the wall. So far, we've had a few drivers pick up a Darlington stripe. Kenny McCurry's got a few. Violet Fox has got one we know of. Question is, how many more inductees will we have into the Darlington Stripe Hall of Fame here today? It's been pretty much a three-car breakaway right now. Mary Cole, Jackson Parker, and Jacob Rodriguez. Clive Burr is back in the fourth position, trying to run these guys down, but he's got about maybe 7 or 8 car lengths to make up on Jacob Rodriguez, the third-place car. And speaking of Jacob Rodriguez, he's closing in on the back of Jackson Parker. That would be for second. Let's watch that battle, as Lisa Shears and Clive Burr run fourth and fifth. The Lowe's Geico Chevy is right now in the second position. This would really help him. Even if he didn't get the win, the top 5 will help him in the points, because he's really been having a tough season in that race car. And he runs right now in second. Let's look here as its battle is heated up here. Lisa Shears has just slipped by the Clive Burr machine. That would be for fourth. John Dillon is up in sixth right there. This guy, you know what? I'm really impressed with John Dillon. This guy, man, oh man, does he just really impress you every single week. And he's actually another driver I just noticed that's picked up a Darlington stripe. And there you go, right there. He just picked up another one off of that turn 4. Here comes his teammate, Sean Galligan. Galligan trying to get a run on the 33. Galligan's another driver who really needs a good run here today, and that car is running very well. Oh man, Dillon just slammed the wall that time. That was not an easy hit for the 33 car at all. How about Sean Galligan, though? Currently running in the top 10, the 8th position, and now things are really heating up here. This is for second right here, going on behind Mary Cole. We got Jacob Rodriguez, Lisa Shears, Clive Burr, Jackson Parker, Tom Weekley, and Sean Galligan has also joined that battle. Got 6 cars battling it out for second here. Lisa Shears moves by Jacob Rodriguez. So too does Clive Burr. So too does Jackson Parker here as he battles to the inside. Tom Weekley and Sean Galligan are next in line, and then John Dillon, after hitting the wall, trying to regroup and get back up to this battle. Looks like Jacob Rodriguez will settle in the 4th position. Now Clive Burr all over the AAA Chevrolet. Oh, Lisa Shears, who just slammed the wall. Now watch when you hit the wall. Watch just how much momentum you lose. As Jacob Rodriguez, Jackson Parker, Tom Weekley, Sean Galligan come up on her. She's starting to lose some momentum. Well, she actually regrouped pretty nicely there. But Clive Burr, he's all by himself in second, and Mary Cole has been all by herself in the lead. Has not been challenged. Lisa Shears now running pretty contently there in third. Here comes Tom Weekley up the inside line. He's running currently in the 6th position, trying to take 5th away from Jacob Rodriguez. Boy, Jackson Parker almost wore a Darlington stripe there as he's under fire from John Dillon. That, I believe, would be a battle for the 7th position. And actually, we're getting the word it would be for the 9th or 8th position. Oh, Jacob Rodriguez just hit the wall there. It would be very interesting to see how many drivers have hit the wall that have gotten Darlington stripes that we don't know about. Well, let's go through the field and find our top 10 in the standings. First, let's find our points leader, Jake Cole. Oh! Before we find him, a big wreck! Robert Band, John Worry, Arnold Columbia, Jackson Parker, Adam Chambers. Look at them, they're all just piling in. John Brace, Johnny Gardner, Violet Fox, last week's leader, Todd Naton's there. Timmy Pacioli is there. A lot of race cars. Michael Harvey may have gotten some of it. No, I don't think he did. Oh, Matthew Rodriguez was involved. Christian James was involved. Riley Caves was involved. There's Jordan Hester all crunched up. John Worry, Johnny Gardner, Violet Fox, Jacob Gonzalez, Sam Filter, Timmy Pacioli, last week's winner, Todd Naton, Alex Lozano, Brandon Gonzalez. That's the list I've got right here for drivers that were involved. A big wreck occurring. Let's see what happened. Well, it all started with the Jackson Parker machine. Watch this race car. Gets a little loose off that turn. Robert Band just slides up the racetrack there. Man, he entered that turn way too hard. Way too hard. And then he and Jackson Parker hit the wall. And then, remember how we were talking about how narrow the turns are? Well, we're going to find that out right here. As Jackson Parker is trying to miss the Robert Band machine. In comes Arnold Columbia. Columbia has no front at all anymore. Robert Band airborne there for a moment. And then everybody comes piling in. Sam Filter. There goes our points leader, Jake Cole, moving by. Also, Dougie Shears gets by. Jack Nathan gets by. John Worry is involved there. Noel Stiller gets a piece of it. I'm trying to look at here to see as many as I can. Alex Lozano got a piece of it. Turning Arnold Columbia around. Nick Eggleston was involved. Alex Filter, Jordan Hester, Martin Zakala, Brandon Gonzalez, John Brace, Riley Caves, Johnny Gardner, Jacob Gonzalez, James McLeod. Trying to see if anybody else. I think that was pretty much it. But that's why we're under the caution. I think we're going to have a few retirees after this wreck. Well, we're getting ready to go back on the green. No pit stops made by the leaders. Drivers out of the race as a result of this big wreck. Todd Nathan has gone down a lap. He is 33rd right now. But out of the race are the cars of Jordan Hester, Alex Lozano, also Sam Filter, Jackson Parker, John Brace, Robert Band, Arnold Columbia, Brandon Gonzalez, and also Kenny McCurry has retired from this race. So this is a tough break for quite a few drivers, including Kenny McCurry, who came in 6th in the standings, John Brace, who came in 3rd in the standings, and also Todd Nathan, who came in 2nd in the standings as he's one lap down there. Here's the cars as they line up for this restart. Mary Cole leads. Clive Burr 2nd. Lisa Shears 3rd. Todd Weekly is in 4th, and Sean Galligan's up to 5th. John Dillon 6th. 7th is Jacob Rodriguez. 8th is Jared Crocious. 9th is Jake Cole. Dougie Shears is up to 10th. Anthony McCurry is 11th. Philip Stiller 12th. Jack Nathan 13th. 14th Michael Harvey. 15th is Logan Wilson. 16th Daniel Schwallenberg. Then we got Noel Stiller 17th. The rest of the top 20 is Martin Zakala, Nick Eggleston, and Amy Nathan. 21st is Brian Fleener. 22nd Adam Chambers. 23rd Christian James. 24th Matthew Rodriguez. 25th Alex Filter. 26th Riley Caves. 27th is Johnny Gardner. The rest of the field is Violet Fox, Jacob Gonzalez, James McLeod, Timmy Pacioli, and John Worry. Green flag back out. Clive Burr actually hung with Mary Cole there. He may be able to run her down. I don't know. If I remember correctly, Clive Burr was actually up battling for the lead at Atlanta as well. And you have to wonder if that slower car of Todd Nathan's going to play out any problems for anybody. Let's watch back here as everybody's trying to make their way around him. He moves up and actually blocks in current points leader Jake Cole. Now he's kind of holding up 2 lanes of traffic. Dougie Shears is in the middle of that. So is Jake Cole. So is Anthony McCurry. Philip Stiller is in the middle of that as well. They're all trying to make their way by. Dougie Shears has. Wow. Very interesting here. And here's Clive Burr to the inside. Oh, Lisa Shears just nailed the wall there, and Clive Burr is on by for the lead. Battle is on for 3rd. Tom Weekly down to the inside of Lisa Shears, who actually was up and scraping the wall there in that turn, and hits the wall once again. Mary Cole has also hit the wall. And Sean Galligan slides by for the 4th position off of Lisa Shears. Look at Mary Cole losing spots like crazy. She just lost the 2nd position to Tom Weekly. Now was under fire from Sean Galligan for the 3rd spot. Haven't talked much about Jared Crocious. He was so dominant at Daytona and then ended up pretty much just disappearing from sight. And boy, Mary Cole, after leading, she's just free-falling like a rock. She just lost the 3rd position to Sean Galligan. Now she's under fire from Lisa Shears for 4th. She loses that, loses 5th to Jacob Rodriguez, and now loses 6th to Jared Crocious. She was out in front about maybe 3-4 laps ago, and now she's all the way back, I believe, now to the 6th position. Clive Burr, though, out in front. Behind him is Tom Weekly, trying to run down the 96. Sean Galligan also having a great run here today at Darlington. Mostly considered a road course guy, but he's doing very well here today at the High Bank Darlington Speedway. These guys like running that high line. I've noticed that. That seems to be the fastest way around the racetrack. However, they have to make sure they get off the turn correctly or else they're going to scrape the wall. Well, Mary Cole continues her free fall. She was leading a little while ago and was the pole sitter. She's now slid all the way back to the 7th position, trying to get back up there. Another driver that's fallen back quite a bit is right there. Lisa Shears. She just hit the wall again. Crossing the line this time in the 7th position, losing positions to Dougie Shears, John Dillon, and also Philip Stiller. That AAA Chevrolet is not to her liking, I very much doubt. Here's Philip Stiller on the inside of Dougie Shears. Philip Stiller having a good run today in that Good Sam's Ford, number 45, as he will put a move to the inside of Dougie Shears. Whoa, almost a little contact there off of turn 4, but they keep it all together, and Philip Stiller looks like he'll slide by Dougie Shears. That would be, I believe, for the 8th position. Dougie Shears, though, kind of got caught up on that higher line, had to back off the throttle a little, and now Lisa Shears has gotten to his inside, and Shears hits the wall just a little. The Office Depot Amp Chevrolet from Schwab Racing hitting the wall. Teammates there battling for that 8th position. There's John Dillon. After he ended up having a really, really tough run the last time, he's running very solidly right now in the 7th position, looking on Jacob Rodriguez for 6th. Rodriguez kind of caught up there on the high side. And, oh man, he nails the wall. Philip Stiller will slide by. John Dillon slides by Jared Crocious, who just hit the wall. I would say there's not a car here that doesn't have some kind of damage to the right side of their car. Tom Weekly just hitting the wall there as Sean Galligan slides by for 2nd. Galligan now trying to run down the Clive Burr machine. Let's see how far he has to go. So we'll go on board with the Scott's Chevrolet. He got a piece of the wall that time, but didn't look like it really hurt his momentum at all. Let's take a look at some of our onboard cameras. Let's go on board with our current points leader, Jake Cole. Here we go. Jake Cole running currently in the 14th position. And let's go on board with Dougie Shears. Ooh, boy, he had to back out of the throttle there just a little. And last but not least, let's go on board with the driver who, well, I'm trying to see who we had lined up here for. Oh, the caution's out. Caution is waving. So we will not go to our last onboard camera. Let's see why we're under the caution. Caution flag is waving. And it's going to be for, it looks like Dylan Schwallenberg, maybe? Oh, there's Matthew Rodriguez on pit road. I bet it was him. The STP Chevrolet, number 43. Let's see if we can find out why we're under the caution. Looks like maybe Matthew Rodriguez could hold the answer. Well, here's what happened. We're showing you in full time. Debris on the racetrack. The 43 car blowing its motor right there. The motor just goes south, and the STP Chevrolet is up in smoke. So debris on the racetrack from Matthew Rodriguez puts us under the caution flag for the 2nd time today here at Darlington. Tough break for Matthew Rodriguez. He couldn't even get that car down pit road. Ended up stopping right there on the front stretch just beyond the start-finish line. Here's the way they'll line up for the restart. Clive Burr leads. 2nd is Sean Galligan. 3rd is Tom Weekly. Mary Cole is up in 4th right now. And Philip Stiller runs in 5th. 6th is Jared Crocious, John Dillon is 7th, Jack Nathan is up to 8th, Logan Wilson 9th, and Anthony McCurry is 10th. In 11th position right now is Jacob Rodriguez, Dougie Shears is 12th, 13th Lisa Shears, 14th Jake Cole, 15th is Christian Janes, 16th Michael Harvey, 17th is Adam Chambers, Martin Zakala 18th, 19th is Amy Nathan, 20th is Noel Stiller, Riley Caves is 21st, 22nd James McLeod, Brian Fleener 23rd, Timmy Pataccioli is 24th, 25th is Alex Filter, 26th is Jacob Gonzalez, John Worry runs 27th, 28th is Violet Fox, 29th is Johnny Gardner, Nick Eggleston is 30th, 31st is Dylan Schwallenberg. And those are the only cars left on the lead lap. Todd Nathan remains 1 lap down there in 32nd. And this is after everybody has made pit stops, so they're all good to go now. They've all done their pit stops. They are ready to race to the checkers. And it is right now Clive Burr out in front. As they get set to go back to green flag racing on lap 39, we'll have 20 laps to go. Green flag is out. And Clive Burr got through the gears pretty quickly there, but so did Galligan, so did Weekly, and so did Mary Cole and Philip Stiller. We may have a battle for the lead on our hands before we know it, as Galligan is right on the back bumper of Clive Burr. Tom Weekly is right on the back bumper of Galligan. And they'll head into the turn. Let's see if maybe Galligan can put a move on the 96 Pepsi Max Dodge. Galligan gets a run, but he cannot make the move this time by. They are all pretty much nose to tail, the front five. Now Tom Weekly takes a look to the inside of Galligan. Galligan, though, blocks him, and instead looks to the inside of Clive Burr. Clive Burr under fire, and he hits the wall. Sean Galligan is the new leader here at Darlington. Galligan out in front. Tom Weekly will take second. Mary Cole moves into third. Our pole sitter and Philip Stiller moves up through the field. He's now in the top five and fourth, and Clive Burr slid back to the fifth position. Sean Galligan could certainly use a win. He's not doing so well in the standings, and right now, though, he's under fire from Tom Weekly. And Galligan gets a piece of the wall right there. Tom Weekly now slides by for the top spot. Galligan slid all the way back to the fourth position that time. Oh, look at Tom Weekly. Man, did he enter that turn high. Mary Cole now trying to get a run to the inside of the Mountain Dew Voltage Ford. Doesn't look like she'll be able to do it this time by as Galligan. Boy, I guess that hit in the wall didn't really hurt him that much. He just slid by Clive Burr for the third position. Now he's under Mary Cole for second. Mary Cole just slams the wall hard. Look at Sean Galligan. Goes by the Tom Weekly machine. Man, did he just put it all out the window right there to try and get the lead, and he did it. He's got the lead back. Boy, he just passed 3 race cars there in 1 lap. He must have one very strong race car for today's race, but Tom Weekly has not let him out of his sight. Here he is to the inside of the Scotch Chevrolet. Galligan hits the wall off that turn, and now Tom Weekly will take the top spot back over. And now he's going to pull away with it as well. Sean Galligan's got to rally to get back up to that 00 car if he's going to even think about challenging for the win, as we've got about 16 laps to go. Good battle going on here, back around the top 5. Mary Cole, Philip Stiller, and Jack Nathan suddenly has emerged here into the top 5. Good run for that 67 car here today. And he's coming down that... Oh, Mary Cole slams the wall again! I'll bet she's hit the wall more than anybody this whole time, with maybe the exception of Lisa Shears. Those two have hit the wall pretty hard all race long. Well, we talked about Galligan having to run down Tom Weekly. Well, he is doing it. And he's doing it very well right now. He has closed it in to about 3 car lengths when he had to pick up about maybe 8. But Weekly kind of got off that turn a little bit better. So the gap opens up just a little bit more. Jack Nathan, about maybe 7 car lengths back behind Sean Galligan there in the 3rd position. Go back about 5 more car lengths to find Mary Cole, and then go about 2 car lengths back to find Philip Stiller. But it is all Tom Weekly out in front as he puts another lap on the board. We've got 13 laps remaining in this race. Tom Weekly's kind of found a spot he likes, and he's stuck with it. He's not really relented at all off of that line, and we just had 2 cars hit the wall back here. Jack Nathan hit the wall, so did Mary Cole, but Mary Cole, I don't think it hurt her as much. Whoa! Little contact between Mary Cole and Jack Nathan, and Mary Cole's going to try and slide by for second, or actually that's for third. Somehow Jack Nathan kept it off the wall there, and here's Philip Stiller. Yeah, there's Anthony McCurry. Those two were battling it out just then for the 5th position. Dougie Shears back there in 7th, along with Jacob Rodriguez in 8th. They're battling for 7th right now. John Dillon running by himself in 9th, and a good battle for 10th. Adam Chambers moving his way into the top 10. He's just taken 10th from Lisa Shears, and now Lisa Shears is under fire from teammate Logan Wilson for the 11th spot. But Tom Weekly has now... Oh, he's been passed! Sean Galligan somehow ran down the 00, and Sean Galligan is the new leader here at Darlington. It's pretty much been passed on between Sean Galligan and Tom Weekly, and now Weekly has to be the chaser to try and catch Sean Galligan. He scraped the wall that time there. Maybe he's a little disconcerted now, knowing that the 44 has passed him. Galligan with the lead right now. He's got maybe about 6 car lengths or so over the Tom Weekly machine. Let's take a look and go through and see where our points leaders are running right now. We haven't really been able to do that very much. Jake Cole right now runs in the 13th position. The guy that came in second in the standings, Todd Nathan, is running 1 lap down. There he is. He is 31st right now. John Brace has retired from the race. He came in 3rd in the standings. The driver who came in 4th in the standings, that'd be Riley Caves, is currently running right in the 19th position. Amy Nathan just ahead there in the 55, running in 18th. Then we got Kenny McCurry. He's retired from the race. Lisa Shears right now, who comes in 7th in the standings, is currently running in the 11th position. James McLeod, who comes in 8th in the standings, he is running currently in the 16th spot. Nick Eggleston, who comes in 9th in the standings. Eggleston is currently running in 28th. And Dougie Shears, who comes in 10th in the standings, is currently running in 7th. And there's a car spinning! I believe that was Philip Stiller. I think that was Philip Stiller in the 45. And indeed it was. And the caution will wave for the spinning Good Sam's Ford of Philip Stiller, who crossed the stripe last time by in the 6th position. Doesn't look like much damage to his race car, but we'll find out, as right now it is Sean Galligan who is leading the way here today at Darlington under the caution flag. We're going to have a bit of a shootout, I think, to finish off this race. Now let's see what happened to Philip Stiller, who was running 4th at the time. This is coming off of, I believe, off of turn 4. Anthony McCurry is the driver right behind him. Let's see if maybe the 45 hit the wall. And maybe the 1 couldn't get off of him. Yeah, this is out of turn 4. McCurry kind of slides up the racetrack there. Yeah, he was going to go behind the 45, but when the 45 hit the wall, it slowed his momentum, and so the 1, just really, there was nothing he could do, but he was planning to slide in behind the 45 going down the front straightaway. And the 45 car, Philip Stiller, does a whale of a job keeping that race car off of the fence. He makes a little tap right there, but, you know, that's not hard contact at all for that race car, and I'm almost certain I thought that maybe I saw another car spin out, and I want to say maybe it was Alex Filter. Let's take a look. Did Filter... I want to say it was Filter, but I may be wrong. Let's fast forward this a little, but I thought I saw another car sideways on the backstretch at some point. And I don't know for certain. Maybe I was just seeing things. Yeah, something right here. Let's see if Filter makes contact. Yeah, he does. Hits the Jack Nathan machine. Up into the fence he goes, and then comes down and gets turned off the nose of Michael Harvey. I thought I saw the 7-car turn, but I wasn't certain. But indeed that is the case. So Filter also spins here. And so Philip Stiller and Alex Filter both spinning, bringing out the caution for the 3rd time, I believe it today, or else it's the 4th. But nonetheless, we're going to have a few laps to go to finish off this race. While we're getting ready to go back under the green flag, Jack Nathan is 1 lap down. Clive Burr, after hitting the wall several times, remember he was running up front, well, he went to pit road. He is 2 laps down now. And Jack Nathan is not our leader. He's actually on the tail end of the lead lap, currently running in 29th. But these are the cars that are going to decide it here today. Sean Galligan, Tom Weekly, Mary Cole, Anthony McCurry, and Dougie Shears. That's our top 5. Jacob Rodriguez, John Dillon, Lisa Shears, Logan Wilson, and Jake Cole are our top 10. Martin Zakala, Adam Chambers, Christian James, James McLeod, and Amy Nathan. That's the top 15. Through the top 20, it's Riley Caves, Alex Filter, Michael Harvey, Noel Stiller, and Jared Crocious. Through the top 25, it's Dylan Schwallenberg, Jacob Gonzalez, Brian Fleener, John Worry, and Timmy Pacioli. Then Nick Eggleston, 26th. There you see Todd Nathan. He's 30th, 1 lap down. And then it's Violet Fox in 27th. 28th is Johnny Gardner. And Clive Burr is 2 laps down in the 31st position. You can see that he doesn't have any damage to the right side of his race car anymore. The damage just on the right side. He hit the wall too hard several times. So what's going to happen with the Jack Nathan machine out in front of all these guys? Will that be problems for these guys with only 4 laps to go? We'll find out. Green flag is out. And Jack Nathan apparently looks like he's up to speed. Well, maybe not. Sean Galligan's going to get to the inside of him and put him a lap down now. And Galligan's going to pull away. all by himself. He's got a little bit of daylight over Tom Weekly. Tom Weekly back there in second. Mary Cole and Dougie Shears have gotten by. The Jack Nate machine is holding up Anthony McCrory in that high groove. It's a matter of 4 laps. Can Tom Weekly run down Sean Galligan? These two have been pretty much very good and pretty much the best here today, late in this event. And they've been swapping the lead back and forth and back and forth. It's been Galligan pretty much for the most part, for maybe the last 10 laps, who's been the dominant one of the two. But, you know, these guys, maybe Tom Weekly's just been... Oh, he just nailed the wall right there. That may end the day for Tom Weekly's chances. Now it looks like the new driver to try and run down Sean Galligan will be Mary Cole. Weekly may be trying a little too hard as Sean Galligan enjoys about a 10-car length lead, and he'll cross the stripe with 2 laps to go. Galligan all by himself. Can he run 2 more perfect laps? He's up pretty high there through that turn, but looks like he'll get off the turn pretty nicely. Mary Cole, though, under fire from Tom Weekly for second. Weekly wants it back. Weekly wants to get back to second and try and run down the Scotts Chevrolet one last time. Turn 4 is the next stop for Sean Galligan. He'll come down, he'll hit the stripe, white flag in the air for the Scotts Chevrolet. Sean Galligan's been having a dismal season, but it could all turn around here today with a victory lane visit at Darlington. Tom Weekly, though, he's trying to run down Galligan. He's got still 10 car lengths to make up, and I don't think it can be done in only 2 turns. Turn 3, that's where Sean Galligan is, and now out of turn 4 for the final time, Sean Galligan gets a win here in the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. He wins at Darlington. Tom Weekly will settle with second. Mary Cole, our pole sitter, running up in the 3rd position to finish this race. Jacob Rodriguez is going to be 4th, and John Dillon will finish the day in the 5th position. Let's take a look at the finishing order. Dougie Shears, he'll finish 6th. Logan Wilson in 7th. Martin Zakala in 8th. Jake Cole 9th. Our points leader going to be leaving with a top 10 today, and Christian James finishes in the 10th position. Lisa Shears finishes in 11th, so a pretty good day for Schwab Racing, finishing 6th, 7th, and 11th. Amy Nate in 12th, Adam Chambers up in 13th, James McLeod 14th, and Noel Stiller 15th. Dylan Schwallenberg finishes 16th, Riley Caves 17th, Jacob Gonzalez 18th, John Murray 19th, Nick Eggleston in 20th, Jared Crocious, Violet Fox, Timmy Pacioli finishes 23rd. Anthony McCrory really got held up behind Jack Nathan, slid all the way back to the 24th position for the finishing of today's race. Brian Fleener 25th. Johnny Gardner in 26th, Michael Harvey 27th, and Alex Filter in 28th. 29th was Jack Nathan. He finishes 1 lap down. Todd Nathan, last week's winner, finishes 1 lap down. 30th, Clive Burr, who was up at the front near the beginning of this race and pretty much near the middle as well, finishes 31st, 2 laps down. And then these cars retired from the race. Philip Stiller, Matthew Rodriguez, Jordan Hester, Alex Lozano, Sam Filter, Jackson Parker, John Brace, Robert Bann, Arnold Columbia, Brandon Gonzalez, and Kenny McCrory. Let's take a look now at the standings after Darlington. Well, Jake Cole kind of opening up a nice little lead over the rest of the field. He's got a 29-point advantage now, as opposed to the 13-point advantage he had last week after Atlanta. Mary Cole's there in second. Dougie Shears is third in the standings now. He moves up. Amy Nathan is in 4th. Lisa Shears 5th. John Dillon is moved up into 6th in the standings. Riley Caves there still in 7th. James McLeod 8th. 9th, Adam Chambers. And 10th is Nick Eggleston. Todd Nathan, he was 2nd coming into this race. He drops all the way down to the 11th position. Now, how about Sean Galligan? His win puts him up there into the 12th position right now in the points. So we'll take and slide this down. There we go. Take a look at some other drivers here that really need good finishes. How about Brandon Gonzalez? Brandon Gonzalez, really, he has a win, but he's down in 26th right now. 3 DNFs. That's not good for Brandon. Robert Bann also has 3 DNFs. Philip Stiller also with 3 DNFs. And Jordan Hester also has 3 did not finishes. Jackson Parker and Arnold Columbia also can be added to the list of drivers with 3 DNFs. And that is in 5 starts. So they're going to definitely want to get the season turned around. They are already 300, well, the furthest back is Arnold Columbia, and he is 300 and 21 points behind leader Jake Cole. So, it's not impossible, but Columbia's got to get a lot of good finishes in order to move his way up and be in contention to possibly get into a position to win the championship. So, this is very, very interesting. A very interesting point standings thing. And the only driver who has completed every single lap this year so far is our points leader, Jake Cole. Dougie Shears and Amy Nathan have completed all but one. But it is Jake Cole with a 29-point advantage heading into the next race, which is going to be at the Thunder Valley Bristol Motor Speedway. Short track racing under the lights, and we are going to be looking forward to it. Hope you'll tune in for that. You've been watching a production of the MFNPRA Coca-Cola Custom Car Series. See you guys later.